just wonder why Gambino got the game. Half-tied thicky, all she wanna do is bang. Got her hair done, French braids, now she ASAP. Bino so insensitive, she asking why you say that.
You want to know how to get waves. How to get waves. A lot of people come up to me and they're just like, dang, what you put in your hair? Or I get a lot of this. Oh yeah, you can quit getting those texturizers and stuff like that. And blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, if I use a texturizer, then everybody's hair would be looking like this. Like seriously. And you should. I mean, I feel like you can kind of tell the difference between texturized hair and then natural hair. But it's not that it's naturally like this. You have to put stuff in it to make it look like this. Here, let me not make this a long drawn out thing. I just want to cut straight to the chase because I know y'all don't like to listen to a lot of talking. So yeah, like I feel like you can kind of tell the difference between a natural look and a texturized look. Who cares? Haters are always going to be haters. But this is my hair. I don't use texturizer kits or whatever. However, I do have a secret that I use to make it, cooperate. I naturally have really curly like hair. I have very, very curly hair. So that's why, my waves, they can look really deep, as you can see. They look really deep because not only I have really curly hair, but I also have really thick hair. So thick and curly equals really deep waves when you form it up the way that it needs to be formed. The reason why I said I had to put stuff in it to make it look like this because my hair doesn't naturally stay flat. It's really curly. So, if I want to get waves and it start growing and getting thick, it's going to stick up. So you use certain products to make it stay down and flat so you can put a durag on, go to sleep, wake up, and then boom, looking like this. Things that you will need a brush. Nice hard brush that you can get from like beauty supply store or something like that. I get like a small comb. Doesn't matter. Now, I use this. Ooh, this lighting sucks. But basically it's a BB oil moisturizer hair lotion with castor oil and aloe. Just ask a girl, like they should know this stuff. Ready for the grand finale? Boom! Gel. I do use gel. Not texturizer. Gel. That's the secret. That's not the only secret. There's another secret. You say like, what in the world, gel? A lot of people wouldn't recommend gel because, it's supposedly dry your hair out and all of that stuff. I feel like that is true. But there's a trick that I use to remove the gel. So we'll get to that later. But gel, I use the African Essence Non-Flaking Super Oil and Shine Gel. Again, beauty salon. I got a whole tub. Is it necessary? Yes. And last but not least, the grand finale, the icing on the cake. Beeswax. Beeswax, beeswax, beeswax. Oh yeah. It's like little yellow stuff. Beeswax is the thing. So let's cut to the chase. What I first recommend you do is wash your hair. It doesn't matter, I'm not really picky with shampoo, just whatever says shampoo on it, use it. Wash your hair real good to make it soft. And then once you're done washing it, immediately start adding this stuff on here. Usually after I get out of the shower, it's all wet and stuff like that, I start putting the beeswax in. I just take, a nice little handful, rub it in, then you put it all in your hair or whatever. And what it does is, beeswax is really good for your hair because it conditions it, but also, it gives it a good shine and it thickens it a little bit, So I already have naturally thick hair, so it really makes it really, really thick. So I feel like that kind of helps with the formation of the wave style. So yeah, you can see it. Yeah, but this is stuff is really good for your hair. So I don't use it like every day. I use it every once in a while. Basically, you can tell when you need it. But you don't want to use too much because it'll get really sticky and really gooey. And you don't want a lot of gook in your hair. And then, you know, it'll look white. So use it in moderation. After you kind of rub that in, it gets really thick. And so that's when you start getting your comb, your brush. You get a comb to just kind of comb out the excess gook, if you do have a lot of excess gook in it, and just kind of form it up the way you want to. You see, I'm trying to avoid combing this thing, but I'll go ahead and comb it for y'all. You know, just a nice little comb. And you basically comb it to the direction of your waves. Now, I was not trying to get my waves to go crooked like this, crooked like that, but you know, I don't know how I did that. Just end up being that way. And I'll try to change it and then it'll look straight. So I don't know, I have really weird textured hair, so if I comb it this way, it'll look straight. So I have to keep it at a certain pattern throughout the whole look. So okay, that's one. Then after you applied that, you get your gel. Now you take your gel, open that sucker up, you get your hand, you stick it under your and you put it all in your hair until all your hair is flat. And make sure you know your pattern is way. Now, as far as like cutting styles and stuff like that, you can either do it before or after. I recommend after, but I'll tell you why afterwards. But yeah, you put the gel in until it's formed, until you want to, you know, what you want it, and then wrap it up with a durag or a scarf. I recommend a scarf because the durag is really good too. Like I use the durag a lot, but the scarf, I use the scarf because, you know, the durag has a little line string, and when you wake up in the morning, you don't want to have that little thing that I have. I don't know if you can tell or you can see it, but yeah, like you don't want to have that little line, and then you'd be like squeezing the circulation out of your head. I try to do little tricks to avoid that, but sometimes it's just hard to do, especially when you have longer hair and thicker hair. That mark in that back is going to stay. So if you get a scarf and you just wrap it on so wide, you know, you don't have that string, and you just kind of wrap it up and, you know, keep it all kind of flat. And you do it overnight, you sleep over it, so that way all your head is pressed down because you're moving around and stuff like that. And then you wake up and then it'll look like something like this, just all flat and stuff. But when you put the gel in, the gel makes it harden, you know, so it'll be hard as a rock. You know, as you can see, this hair ain't really hard as a rock. You know, it's movable. You know, there's no crunch or nothing like that. But here's the trick. Trick is, once your hair is in the gel form and it's all waved up and it's hardened like solid ice or something, you get your comb or your brush and you start combing that stuff out. But comb it in the direction of the waves. And once you comb it and all the stuff comes out of it, you know, it'll stay in its shape. So that's how I get my waves to stay like it is. So you basically just get your comb and you comb and brush. Comb, brush, whatever, and comb it in the direction of the waves. That way it gets away, you know, and then your hair is back, you know, it's okay, it's natural again. You know, you don't have that crust part, and then you can keep it like that, you know, for, you know, however long you can take care of it. So once you keep it that way, you know, you got a nice little style or whatever, you can put a little oil sheen on it, or I use a lot of oil, so put a little oil throughout your day, trying to go somewhere, you know, rub that in, and you get a nice good shine. Now, why do I say this, the oil moisturizer? This, once you kind of get that, because you don't have to do the gel thing anymore, you know, then you can start applying this at night. And so basically it just keeps it, you know, soft, it keeps it moisturized. And you rub that in at night, you know, somebody text me. You don't have to do it every day. I do it every once in a while because I'm lazy. Dang, it's a long video. Yeah, so that's basically it, and then you will have waves like this. I don't know how I look in the back, but ooh. You know, I haven't cut the back, y'all, so leave me alone. Yeah, my shirt's on backwards. Who cares? Okay, so that was my wave tutorial. I hope it helps out a lot. We may not have it. It may not look exact like this because we all have different textured hair. I have, like I said, curly, wavy hair. He was, are you mixed with Indian or something like that? We may have some Indian in our blood somewhere, but yeah, it naturally looks like this, you know. But to get my waves, I gotta brush it and stuff like that, like a normal person do, and it looks like this. So like I said, hopefully this helps you all out. I'm not about to do any Twitter thingies that people say. Subscribe if you want. Don't if you don't. Let me know what you all think. If you have any more questions or need me to do any other kind of videos, just let me know. All right. What's my name? Theater Kid. Signing out.